And now we'll be covering how to actually use the terminal. And the first thing I want to do is just basically show some of the configurations for the terminal once we get it up open, and basically what is called the Terminal Emulator. And you could just search for it under your applications. You'll see it pop up. You can actually just search up here at the top, type terminal, and that'll bring up the actual Terminal Emulator. And as you can see, it should kind of remind you of those old hacker movies where someone is just typing at the terminal. That's essentially what this is. It's just the Terminal Emulator. It's an application that affords you to interact with the OS using commands. And one of the first things that'll pop up, which you can kind of ignore, but it talks about sudo. And I'll cover that a little bit later on in the demonstration, where that actual application can help you while running certain commands. Now, before we type anything, I just wanted to show you guys some of the configurations that you have for the Terminal Emulator. And this is similar to any application. I could show you the settings, how to make it look a little different, using the options that are in it. So if you click right here, this will open up the menu, and you could just click preferences down here, and this will open up all your preferences for the Terminal Emulator. As you can see, they have a help button up here that'll open up some information about how to actually use it, but I'll walk you guys through it. This is the Generals tab, and this has just basic information on the looks of it. Like there's a theme. You could change the theme to dark. You can open new terminals in a new window, or you can open it as a tab, which is beneficial, especially if you're working with different systems, because you can connect to other Linux operating systems via the terminal, and you could tab back and forth using those tabs. So it's super cool. But if you have tabs enabled up here, this is kind of where it'll help you if you have tabs turned on right here. So anytime you open up a new terminal, it'll open up as a tab. Then you can specify the position that you want it to pop up in once it opens up. So last, and then next is the other option. Now, next thing on here, I wanted to show you guys these shortcuts. This is something that I think you should definitely check out. I'm not going to go through all these shortcuts, but there are plenty of shortcuts to help you while using the terminal. And then also you have a profile, and currently right now this is the profile for us. It's unnamed. You can actually go in and name it if you want to. I'm not going to name it. I'm gonna just leave it the way it is. But this profile is tied to your user account. So if you log out, log back in, whatever you set within this profile tab of unnamed will stay the same each and every time you log into the system. But as you can see, you have a whole bunch of options here. This is how you modify the terminal to make it look a little different. There's some text appearance. You can set fonts. You can set the spacing. As far as the cursor that you see that's blinking right here, you can modify that by making changes. You can change it from block to an I-beam, and I'll just go down and do it so you guys can see. It should change it. Yeah, as you can see, the I-beam is just a line. You can also, change it to an underline, like an underscore, pretty much, and it blinks. And then you can also change that to where it doesn't blink. I like the blocks. I'll leave that as default, but you can turn it off where it doesn't blink like it's blinking right now. Should be blinking right now. Yeah. And then right here they do have sounds for the terminal. I never really mess with any of this stuff. I may change the colors, which is on the next tab. And under here you have built-in themes, so you can modify this if you want to. Currently it's set to use the system theme, but you can easily modify that by unchecking this box, and you can modify it using a theme that's already there. Or you can create your own custom theme by selecting different colors. Like there's a text color, background color, bold color, cursor colors, and highlight colors. And then also they have it where you can set transparency on the background, which is super cool. I like that. And currently it's set to use the transparency from the system theme. So a lot of people will just use the default, which is no problem with it. But once you start getting good and familiar with using a terminal and different applications and Linux in general, then you can start customizing and modifying the system as you see fit. But there are down below a lot of color palettes, so you can go through and select whatever you want and make the terminal look however you want it. Now, as far as scrolling, a lot of times I leave this as default. But this is basically if you're running a whole bunch of commands or something and you want to see what actually happened, the screen will scroll down as you're running commands, especially if it's a command that looks at, let's say, a lot of files or something. Then it's just going to scroll past everything. And if there's an error, then you may want to scroll up and look at it. So I leave that as default, but you can scroll back and forth, up and down throughout all the commands that you've ran, as well as the results that come through from the command that you actually ran. Now, under here, there are commands, so you can run a specific command on login and custom commands if you want to. And then also preserve working directory for the shell only. That's just another option right there. And then when command exit the terminal, you can set that up. I don't recommend you do that. Just leave the defaults. You should be fine. And then also under compatibility, there are some changes there, but we won't mess with that at all. Now let's go down and close the preferences. And one thing I want us to do is actually zoom in so you guys can see a little bit better, because it's difficult to see things within the terminal unless you make it a little big, especially while recording. As you guys know, I'm recording this in a virtual machine, so it's kind of difficult to record where you guys can see everything without blowing it up. So hopefully you guys can see this, but this is what you'll be greeted with when you first open up the terminal. And it's only showing this right here because this is our first time running it on this system all together. And just to break things down, the first thing that will show up is your user account. So we know that when we install this operating system, I set up a user account as Josh, which is my name. So it'll show whatever your name is or whatever you set during the installation. And then there's a @ symbol, so it's similar to an email address. Look at it that way. You have the @ symbol, and then after that is the system name. So this is what we actually named the operating system when we went through the install. And then after this colon, that basically explains or shows you where you are. That's what this tilde is for. And currently we are in the home directory. And then after this is where you actually type the command. So you could just type right in there, and that's where you actually run your commands.